Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Creeps, Creatures, and Haunts.
Oh my.
And today we're going to be talking about 5 more spooky dooky wooky places in Ohio. This is part 3. Part 1 was 10 places. Part 2 is 5 more, and then this is another 5. I don't know, there might be a part 4 in the future, but we are filming this directly after part 2. So if you haven't seen the other parts, go watch them. I'm sure I will put them in links at the end, and if I remember to future Josh, I'll put a link in the video description. Also, if you are interested in seeing a extended take, or listening to an extended take, I should say, there will be the podcast form, which will not be cut up as much. We might talk about personal experiences if we have some for the places we're talking about, and just a little more in-depth than what you will see in the video. Before we begin, make sure to check out our merch store. We have shirts with our cool little skull bulb logo and some other stuff on there, so go check that out. Of course, do all the YouTube stuff, liking and subscribe. And if you're listening to the podcast, make sure you subscribe to us there. If it's Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review. Yeah, and we do have an investigation coming up, though.
Yes.
We will say that, and it's Oh, You Forgot Again, even though we just talked about it in the last video. Where's it at, Kim?
Greenville Manor.
Yeah, that's the one. So I think without further ado, we will have Kim kick us off with our first place in this top 5. And they're in no particular order, but we do like to save a spooky, dark one for last. So if you want to hear the spookiest, darkest one, make sure you stay tuned to the end.
Ooh. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is Twin City Opera House.
This one was brought up a lot, actually. Why isn't this on the first list? And I'm like, because we haven't been there. But yeah, I guess it is supposed to be super haunted. Yeah.
So this was actually, if you are a fan of Portals to Hell with Jack and Katrina, this was actually on one of their seasons. I think it was like the first season or something. And it was on Ghost Hunters some many moons ago. This place is pretty haunted. Supposedly there is a demon in the basement. I think it's probably just a grumpy spirit, but whatever.
Well, yeah, Ghost Adventures, there always has to be a demon in every episode of Ghost Adventures.
Yeah. A stagehand likes to haunt the catwalks. On the catwalk, yeah. And then there's also supposed to be a 10-year-old girl, Elizabeth, and she's actually supposed to be a illegitimate love child of an actress and a stagehand. And she haunts the place. I don't remember exactly how she passed away there, but she's supposed to be a person that likes to hang out there.
Yeah. And I know one of the big things, what was that guy, what was his big claim about, he was picked up or something?
Oh yeah, one of the, he's a paranormal investigator, but he actually is a retired police officer. He was there and he actually was picked up and thrown across a room by Charlie.
Yeah.
The demon in the basement.
But yes, so what is our number 4?
Well, this one's actually kind of close to him. It's Spread Eagle Tavern.
Oh, yeah, Spread Eagle. Yeah, because we mentioned this in part 2, where we hinted at it about wanting to stay at a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. So this was actually Spread Eagle Tavern is in Hanoverton, Ohio, and it's actually a really good place to go eat. I highly recommend it. It's kind of cool. You actually can go downstairs and eat in one of those rooms, and
it's called Rathskeller or something.
Yeah, Rathskeller.
Yeah.
And it was actually used for the Underground Railroad. And there is some tragedy there as well of a woman. I'm assuming you pronounce this Olivia. It's spelled weird, but Olivia Nicholas. She was the owner's daughter, and she went a little crazy and committed suicide. And she supposedly is seen in one of the rooms that you can rent, because it is actually a bed and breakfast where you can actually stay the night there.
Cool place. And Hanoverton in and of itself, they do have ghost walks around the town. Sometimes, if they're not busy, I think the ghost tour will go down to Rathskeller just to kind of go inside for a minute. It depends on how busy they are, I think. And I haven't done one of the ghost tours there for a very long time. But yeah, Hanoverton in and of itself is just a little tiny baby town that's rich in history. I mean, brick roads, real cute. Also great to just take some nice pictures.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we did the ghost walk of Hanoverton, they'd even have people that were living the apartments or the homes there, just sit outside their homes and just tell you ghost stories that things have happened to them in their day-to-day lives, which
Yeah.
I've never seen that in a ghost tour before, where it's like, oh, person that lives in this haunted house, just come outside and tell these people your ghost stories. Like, that was really creepy to me, which was cool. Like, but yeah, Spread Eagle Tavern in Hanoverton. If you want some ghosts, go check that place out and have yourself a expensive but good meal.
Yeah.
It's good for date night and ghosts.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we're going to go to Loveland Castle.
Oh, we've been there.
Yes, we have been there.
This is a weird one.
It is called Chateau Le Rouge.
Chateau Le Rouge.
It was inspired by French castles. Yeah. The guy who owns it, his name was Harry D. Andrews. He was a Boy Scout leader, a veteran, and a medievalist.
Yes. So, like, this castle isn't really a castle. I mean, it is a castle, but, like, it's not that old. Yeah. Like, he built it to look like a castle. Mm-hmm. Like, he built it basically as a cool hangout.
Yeah.
Almost.
He built it kind of because he enjoyed seeing the castles in Europe so much that he's like, I want to build myself a castle.
I want a castle.
I want a castle. And so he built this place, and it was like a meeting place. It was the place he lived and stuff like that, because he was a Boy Scout leader, so he had like troop meetings there and things like that. He is the one that is supposed to haunt this castle. And he is supposed to be just basically a jokester, trickster, ghost. He'll open doors, take stuff, things like that. Your typical trickster ghost.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, there really isn't. I don't even think he died there, but, like, it's rumored that it's his. Like, no one that they know of has died there, but it's rumored that he haunts it just basically because he liked the place so much, and he poured. Because I'm pretty sure he built almost all of it by himself.
He built all of it by himself.
Yeah, I think he had very minimal help to no help. So, I mean, like, I guess it makes sense if, depending on how you view paranormal stuff, that if someone likes something so much and puts so much of their hard work and life into it, that they would want to kind of stick around there. So this is probably one of the most pleasant places on the list because literally it's a happy ghost. He's like, I get to live at my favorite place for all the times.
Yeah, I live in a castle.
So,
I'm a ghost in a castle.
In a castle that he built with his own hands. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to, it would be a good place if you want to kind of ease yourself into ghost hunting without worried about something nefarious and like dark history. I feel like this is a good place. I will say, like, there are some like old artifacts and stuff in there, so if you believe that objects could be haunted, I suppose that there could be things there from maybe objects that have been brought into the place, because there's like suits of armors and stuff like that in there.
And it is very claustrophobic because it is
not big.
Small. Yeah, it is very small.
It's very pretty, and I recommend going, but
yeah, like even the stairways are just like super tiny, and
we have an entire vlog of it, so go watch it on the channel. I'm sure if you're watching video form here that I've inserted some from our vlog that we did, but go watch the whole thing if you are kind of interested to see what it's all about there.
Yeah. All right, moving on, we're going to go to Sedamsville Rectory. This is an old rectory that somebody lives in now, and they do. They have ghost hunts there, I believe, still. It is supposedly haunted by Father Donald MacLeod, who wrote the History of Roman Catholicism in North America. Riveting. He was unfortunately hit and killed by a nearby train. And he just loved the rectory so much that he's still there. It also is supposedly haunted by a demon. Of course.
It's a church, right?
It's a church.
It's a rectory. What?
Yeah. Because,
Well, Ghost Adventures has been there, right?
Ghost Adventures has been there.
That's why they're taunted by it. It does say on this thing that I have open here, and I don't think it has yet, I don't know how old this article is, that it's supposed to be renovated and become an Airbnb. That'd be interesting. There you go. See, we talked in the last episode about staying in an Airbnb and if it was haunted. We asked that question in the last one. Has anybody ever stayed in an Airbnb and it ended up being haunted? You heard like little bumpity wumps throughout the night. Spooky dooky. I don't know, but this place looks cool. I don't think we haven't been here, right?
No, we have not.
What's the creepy church we went to that was by Waldemere? So I guess that'd be PA, so that wouldn't be this place.
Oh, that was St. Paul.
Yeah, that's the only. I think that's the only like haunted church we've ever been to.
That was really neat. We are on number 1.
Well, we're already on number 1.
Yeah, this is the last one coming up here. This, unfortunately, you
Yeah.
cannot go to anymore.
The building's gone.
The building's gone. Maybe the land is haunted. I don't know. But it is supposedly one of the most haunted places that was ever in Ohio until it got torn down. If you know what I'm talking about, it's Mudhouse Mansion.
Yeah, never got a chance to actually go there, which makes me a sad boy, but...
Yeah. It was built... The dates are kind of weird. It says 1840 to 1850. It was built around then. It was unfortunately demolished in 2015. Christian and Eleanor Rue, I'm going to say that's how it's R-U-G-H, Rue, I don't know, purchased the property in 1839 or 52. They're not, like, again, nobody knows the dates properly. Like, everything is all different.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot. Well, with any history, really.
Yeah.
Is through the years, things get kind of confused.
Right. So 1919, Henry and Martha Hartford bought the place. Then their daughter, Lulu, inherited the place. And then her descendants actually own the land today. This place is supposed to be haunted by slaves that were locked away inside the house and not allowed out. One of the stories of this slave is that he dug his way free out of the house. I'm assuming they were probably in a basement or something like that. He dug his way out, went into the house, and proceeded to kill the entire family. The other story is that there was a mass murder and suicide there by somebody that was living in the house. Not necessarily the people that I mentioned. It just says that there was one. It doesn't really say who was the victims of that. And supposedly, this house
this one's weird.
Is the origin of the Bloody Mary story.
Yeah, I don't really understand that part so much.
Yeah, they say that a woman killed her children and then she became Bloody Mary.
That's so...
Which, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. Probably not.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Because, Bloody Mary is kind of a odd thing itself.
So that was part 3 of our, haunted places in Ohio. And I already am thinking in my head as we're doing these, I'm like, oh, we didn't mention this place. We didn't mention that place.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there'll be another list in the future and other states. Again, let us know. Comment down below. If you're watching video form, if you are listening to the podcast, then you can send us a message or go to the video and leave us a comment of where you would like to see us cover, or again, what state. Yeah, and as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you ring the notification bell. Oh, it's loud. So you don't miss any future upcoming videos. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you subscribe, and if it's Apple Podcasts specifically, leave us a 5-star review. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. So thank you guys very much for watching and or listening, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.